Faith's Fairy House. Once, not so very long ago, there were 3 young people. Barney had lots of money. Jack could make things. Faith had a cardboard box. Barney could buy whatever he wanted to buy. He always had enough money to buy whatever his heart desired. He bought lots of other things too, things he didn't really want. He bought them just because he could. Jack had all the best tools available, and he had been to special classes to learn how to use them. It meant he could make things that looked really good. He liked people to look at the things he had made. They always said, "Ooh," and told him how clever he was. Faith liked her cardboard box. It was useful. It had a lid that closed. She could put things in it and take things out of it. She had once kept all her toys in it. Now the toys were gone, and all it held was memories. That is why Faith had kept the box. One day, the 3 young people were in town. Barney was buying things because he had not bought anything since yesterday. Jack was showing things to people, things he had made, so they would go, "Ooh." Faith was just out in the fresh air because it was a lovely day. Suddenly there was a great fuss. The air was filled with lights and sparkles, and before everyone's eyes a group of very small fairies appeared on the town green. The people of the town stopped and stared. It was not very often that fairies appeared on the town green. "People of the town," the fairies said, "we need your help." The people had to lean in very close to hear because the fairies were, as I have said, very small. "We have nowhere to live. If anyone can provide us with a home, we will stay there and do magic for them." Barney thought, "If I buy the fairies the most expensive house I can find, they will move in and do magic for me." And Jack thought, "If I make the fairies the most impressive house I can make, they will move in and do magic for me." And Faith thought, "I've only got a cardboard box. I've got no chance." Barney went round every shop he could and bought the most expensive fairy house he could find. Jack got out all his best tools and spent all night making the most elaborate fairy house he could make out of the best wood. Faith wanted to kick her cardboard box. The next day the fairies came back. "Has anyone been able to give us a home?" they asked. "I've bought the most expensive fairy house there is," boasted Barney. "Surely you'll want to move in here and make magic for me." "Fairies have no use for money," the fairies replied. "You should give your money to people who need it. We will not move into your fairy house." "I've made this really impressive house," Jack bragged. "Surely you can see how clever I am and want to move in." "Fairies do not need impressive houses," the fairies said. "You should use your talents to make things people need. We will not move into your fairy house." "Can no one else give us a home?" the fairies asked. "I only have a cardboard box to offer," Faith said, "but if you would like it, you can have it." Barney and Jack laughed. Faith wanted to hide. "You're prepared to give us the only thing you have?" the fairies asked Faith. "Well, of course," Faith replied. "Then it will make a perfect home for us," the fairies said. "It is given with a kind, pure heart. We can use our magic to make it beautiful. Thank you, Faith. We will live in this lovely home you have given to us, and we will show you our magic." Barney and Jack stopped laughing. So the fairies moved into Faith's cardboard box. They used their magic to make it into the most beautiful, perfect home. And Faith spent many happy hours looking at it and enjoying the way the fairies' lights sparkled and twinkled. The fairies also used their magic to give Faith some little treats every now and then. Didn't do it often, though, because Faith had a cardboard box that was also a fairy house. What else do you need? The end. Merry Christmas.